Hey, my Young and the Restless fans. Yes, I have some hot early spoilers for you guys. And I know we kind of touched on this subject a little bit, me and my co host on my weekly podcast. And one person especially came up, which was Audra, and whether she was going to team up with Jack. I think that was a conversation that Bree had. Well, we got a little bit of insight, especially with the Friday, October 11th episode, leading into the week of the 14th, that it looks like both Claire and Audra are going to be working with Jack. So you know what? Without any further ado, let's go ahead and talk about these hot early spoilers coming up. Okay, so we're going to first start off with none other than who? Claire Newman. And as we know, that is Victor Newman's granddaughter. So how it all unfolds, if you haven't checked out the Friday, October 11th episode, this is where we see Claire arriving over at the Abbott estate to get Harrison a swimsuit when she spots a very, very sad Jack Abbott. Now, she's going to question what's up, and he tells her that he keep having run-ins with Kyle. And she apologizes about how sorry she is and tells Jack about her own concerns about Kyle's behavior. Now, she reveals to Jack that his trap to get Audra fired and gave all the details, and that Kyle got pleasure out of taking her down. And it triggered her since it was just like Jordan's behavior, vengeful, ruthless, and cold. And Jack's seen it too. He's acting like Victor, whom he believes is the silent investor. Now, Claire claims to know nothing about that. However, Jack tells her the war between him and Victor goes way back before Claire was born. And Victor knows it's the best way to hurt him. And he cautions Claire that if he tells her the story, that she's going to see another side of her grandfather. She says that she's okay with that. She's fine with that. Now, Jack says, look, there's no such thing as a fair fight when it comes to Victor Newman, and it's never about business. It's always personal. Claire was like, wait, hold on. I've never seen this side of my grandfather. And Jack tells her it's because you're family. They're alike in that respect when it comes to family, but Victor's leading Kyle down a dark path that he presumes he won't come back from. And Jack wishes Victor would just punish him and leave his family out of it. Claire asks what to help, but Jack don't want it. He just want her to know what's up. Claire pushes him to let her help this situation, and especially how it affects Kyle. Harrison is in the middle, but she actually pushes Jack to let her help. Boy, I'm wondering if Victor finds that out, how's he's going to feel about that. We're going to talk about the other party later. Which now takes us to the week of October 14th through October 18th. And a couple of other things before I get to Audra Charles. We're going to actually see a conversation with Chance and Summer about how Chance did find something disturbing as regards to evidence in Daniel and Heather's apartment. And Chance is telling Summer, things ain't looking too good for your brother right now. So what that tells me is that Chance found that evidence that Sharon Newman planted. Then we also had this other teaser where we see Phyllis and Lucy having a conversation in the park, which of course also leads us into the 30th anniversary of Phyllis Summers, which of course right now is being played by Michelle Stafford. However, we see a conversation where Phyllis telling Lucy, would you like to know about your grandmother? Oh, I have a few stories to tell you. Now, the question is, she got two grandmothers that we both everybody know. Not only you, Phyllis, but I'm wondering if she's going to also incorporate none other than Sheila Carter Sharp, which of course is over on The Bold and the Beautiful. It'll be interesting if they incorporate both of her grandmothers, but obviously we'll see a close moment between Lucy and Phyllis next week. Which now brings us to none other than Audra Charles. Now, I know this conversation came up last week, and I thought maybe it was Bree who had brought this to our attention about the fact that Audra might go work for Jabot. or in some capacity, maybe team up or give some insight to Jack. Well, that has come to fruition in the week of October 14th through the 18th, where we actually see on the flip side, because I talked about Claire first, we actually see a conversation happening between Jack and Audra, where we see Audra breaking the news that Victor Newman, he's the one that's behind the silent investor of Glissade and who has been the one who has been pulling Kyle's strings all along. And yeah, so I don't know if maybe they'll team up even further. We got that teaser. But I gotta say, even though we got Claire working with Jack to help this situation for the benefit of Jack and Kyle, we got Audra giving this information to Jack for the detriment of Kyle, because she know that obviously maybe that'll turn Jack against Kyle, and maybe that'll be some way to bring Kyle down. So even though both Audra and Claire might be in some way working with Jack, they have two opposite agendas. Oh yeah, she want revenge, meaning Audra, and Claire is trying to help the situation. So we got to see how all of this unfold starting today, Friday the 11th, moving into the week of October 14th. Okay, my soapies, there you have it. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an early teaser of what's going on the Friday episode and what's coming up next week. What do you think about this information that Audra's giving Jack, and whether or not maybe this is an opportunity for Audra to work with Jack to bring down Kyle and Victor? However, on the flip side, we got Claire working with Jack to help the situation in the family between not only Kyle and Jack, but she's hoping that this would not cause issues with her and her grandfather. The problem with that is I don't think Victor is going to be too happy whatsoever about either situation. So yeah, it's making for good soap opera drama. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you're notified every time a video is posted. I'm T from Soap Corner Talk, and until the next one, we'll see you all soon. Bye, soapies.